So in the Torah portion of Miketz, we read how Yaakov very much hesitates to send Binyamin with his brothers to Mitzrayim, to Egypt, because he says that a accident may happen while he's on the road. So the question is, if Hashem has decided that an accident should happen, well, it can happen at home as well. Why are we specifically worried about the road? So the Medrash says that the Satan is mekatre b'shas hasakana, that the Satan, the prosecuting angel, speaks out and tries to prosecute at the time of danger. And the Gemara in Shabbos speaks about this at length. Is the fact that there are sins that women die for during childbirth, and men die during other dangerous activities that they may do. And the Gemara explains that Rav Yanai, who was once, who would travel by ship, before he would travel, he would make sure that the ship was seaworthy, that it didn't have any holes. And he explained that he may not be worthy of a miracle to be saved from a drowning ship. And even if he is worthy, it might diminish from his mitzvahs, from his merits. And the idea is that Hashem created the world in a natural way. And it's only natural that a rock, for example, a heavy rock, if it falls on a person, will crush his skull. And if a person jumps down or falls down from a tall building, then he'll die. This is natural. And a person may not put himself in harm's way. A person who puts himself in harm's way is in fact transgressing on the Torah that says that we must guard our lives. So therefore, it's not a contradiction to divine providence and to the belief that everything happens from Hashem, because we have free will, and if we willingly choose to do something which damages ourselves, we have only ourselves to blame. At the same time, the Sefer HaChinuch points out that there have been many tzaddikim, such as Avraham Avinu, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, who were saved from dangerous situations when they were thrown into the fiery furnace and so on. But it's not that they put themselves in those situations. On the contrary, the Medrash says a person who puts himself in a situation expecting a miracle doesn't happen for him. It's only if a person, against his will, is placed into a situation, and it's, of course, to sanctify Hashem's name and so on, then it's possible that a miracle will happen for him. So, this is why the Sefer HaChinuch says, even when the Jewish people went to battle for a melchemes mitzvah, for a mitzvah war, and they were going to fight for Hashem's sake, nevertheless, they would always prepare themselves with the proper armaments and the proper strategies, as if it was completely based on the natural order of things, because this is what Hashem asks us to do. So in connection with this, I'm just going to share some psukim, some rulings on modern questions by contemporary poskim, experts in Halacha. So Rabbi Shmuel Vosner of Bnei Brak says, talking about dangerous driving, he says that it is clear that driving at high speeds is dangerous. It has cut short many lives. It's an absolute danger, and it can be considered an act of murder or suicide, or both, of course. Along the similar lines, Rabbi Yitzchak Yaakov Weiss of Yerushalayim, the Minchas Yitzchak, says that if a person knows somebody who drives at high speeds, who doesn't stop at the appropriate places, who drives without proper training, all of the above is considered to be a roidef, one who is chasing somebody with the intent to kill them. Even if they are not doing it with intent, nevertheless, they are considered a roidef. Now, one should first warn such people appropriately to stop, but if they don't listen, one may inform on them to the authorities so that they should get punished appropriately, whether with a financial punishment or even imprisonment, in order to make sure that they stop such behavior. A very interesting response by Rabbi Menashe Klein of Brooklyn, who says that it is forbidden for a Jew to travel to the moon because this involves placing himself in danger, both from the space travel itself, as well as from being on the moon, which is a dangerous place due to the lack of oxygen. Of course, a person would have to have a space suit. Nevertheless, it is inherently a dangerous place. He also says, as a parenthetical statement, that a person who is on the moon can actually say Kiddush Levana. I'm not sure what he means by that, because you can't really see the light of the moon if you're on the moon. In any case, Moshe Feinstein discusses boys in yeshiva who were smoking marijuana. And he gives 6 reasons why it's forbidden to smoke marijuana. And of course, these reasons could apply to any addictive, harmful drug. So first of all, it ruins one's health. And as we've said, we are commanded to guard our health. Second of all, even if it does not ruin one's health, it ruins our ability to think clearly. It will impede a person from Torah study, from davening, and observing mitzvahs with the proper kavanah, which if a person does not do the mitzvahs with intent, it's as if he didn't do them at all. In addition, it creates a huge taiva, a huge desire for pleasure, which is very inappropriate, as we see from the story of the Ben Sawyer and Moira, that he gets punished simply for behaving in a hedonistic lifestyle. This is certainly true with a drug that has no benefit to the person whatsoever. In addition, it is likely that the person will end up stealing in order to support their habit. In addition, they are causing great pain to their parents. And finally, their behavior is the opposite of holiness, and the Torah says, Kedoshim tiyu, you shall be holy. Therefore, he says we should make every effort to remove this impurity from among the Jewish people, especially from people in yeshivas. Now, we know in Halacha it says you're not allowed to own a dangerous dog unless you keep the dog chained up. Rabbi Menashe Klein writes that this applies even if a person makes a sign that says beware of dangerous dog or whatever it is. Nevertheless, if the dog is not chained, it can escape and it can hurt somebody. As far as keeping dangerous items in the house, Rabbi Klein writes that as long as it is clearly marked as something dangerous or poisonous, then it is okay. Obviously, it has to be kept away from children, either with a child-proof cap or some more serious lock and key, depending on what it is. Rav Moshe Stern of Debrecen and later of New York says that if a child has chickenpox or any other contagious disease, even though it's not dangerous, nevertheless, that child should not be sent to school, as they may end up infecting other children. Moshe Stern also writes that a person whose father wants to smoke and the doctor has declared that it's dangerous for him to smoke due to his medical condition. This could be true about pretty much everybody today. But in any case, Rav Moshe Stern says in his Sefer Be'er Moshe that it is forbidden for the son to pass the cigarettes to his father. It's forbidden for the son to go to the store to buy the cigarettes for his father. The only thing is, he says that the son should probably not be stealing the cigarettes from his father or hiding them in such a way that he cannot find them. Certainly, there are many more topics on this discussion, but we'll stop here for now. Wish you a good Shabbos and a happy Chanukah and a good Chodesh after that.